nightly tobacco news where you... Welcome to Nightly Tobacco News, where I am your knight in shining armor. I forgot. I thought I was doing the other channel. But anyways, Happy New Year, people. And glad to be here, glad to be alive, and all that stuff. I want to do this video, one, because I like to hear myself talk. Plus, I look funny. And so when I re-look at these videos while editing, I laugh. I like to laugh. So, the first tobacco. These are my 5 tobaccos. I only chose 5. There are way more discoveries this year, but I chose the 5 that came to my mind before doing this, right? So the research is not tremendous, though these tobaccos are legit, meaning they surprised me. Like, whoa, I really like this. So I went and I bought 2 other cases worth. You know what I'm saying? The first tobacco... And this is in no particular order, okay? So, tobacco number 1, let's say, that surprised me. And before I get into that, I really got into Virginias this year. Like, something fierce. I used to be an Oriental guy, English, you know. And when I was speaking to Russ Willett, he says that's the evolution of pipe smoking in general. I always take that with a grain of salt. In general, the majority, they do aromatics. Then they go to English because Englishes are a little bit more flowery and aromatic, for lack of a better word. And then you try Virginia. And Virginias are just, for me, right now, they're my go-to tobaccos. I'm always looking for a Virginia. It's always, okay, let's see what kind of tobacco I'm going to smoke tonight. I'm heading for my Virginias. Do I smoke a bright Virginia? A red Virginia? Do I smoke a dark Virginia? You know, do I smoke a vapor or a Weber? And you see what I'm saying? It's not that I don't enjoy English tobaccos anymore. As a matter of fact, I just popped a tin of Gordon Pym that was from 1999, and let me tell you that it's smooth. They say Latakia doesn't age differently in time, but there's no rough edges, let me tell you. Okay, enough me yapping. Let me yap some more about the tobacco. The first one is Solani Silver Flake, the blend 660. And I'm looking here because I've got these notes. And you know what? That's a nice springtime flake. I would say a mid-morning flake. After your morning tobacco with your coffee, you know, and you want to just chill, and it's breezy a little bit, not too hot. This Solani, the Silver Flake, really is a nice Virginia. Again, in my opinion, you know, it's bready and citrusy, but not pronounced. Just there, and that's the thing about some Virginias. And I think you have to be an experienced smoker. I think you have to have a large palate. And Russ said that he smokes 2 tins, I think, before he says something, or 4 bowls before he can actually, you know, dissect the tobacco and talk about it. And I might be mistaken in the numbers, but it's quite a few bowls, and then you can talk about it. And I guess the more experienced you are, the less you have to do that. But Russ, being experienced, and he's saying he has to smoke so many, I'm going to listen to Russ. So, the Silver Flake, mild. Obviously, you'll get, leather tongue if you puff on it hard. it's not peppery. It's just a little bready, citrusy. Makes me think of a granita, a lemon granita, like an Italian ice, but lemon. And it's just a very nice contemplative smoke. What kind of pipe would I smoke this in? A medium pipe. You can go large, but I wouldn't go small. Nah, small you'd be over, before you can delve deep into it. What kind of meal would I have with this? You know what? I would just snack with this. I have a little bread with olive oil and balsamic vinegar, and you dip it in, and it's just very, very, very mild stuff. Very good. That's the Solani Silver Flake. And the stats for this is obviously the brand is Solani. Blended by R.L. Will. I gotta look this person up. It's a Colhassan Cop. It's Virginia based. There's Kentucky and Virginia. That's where the deepness comes in because of the Kentucky. And if I'm not mistaken, Kentucky is a form of burley. There's no flavoring. It's a flake, which has become my favorite cut of tobacco. 100-gram tins made in Denmark, and it is currently available. I would strongly suggest beginner Virginia smokers to explore this tobacco. The strength is medium. I would say actually mild to medium. No flavor detected. The taste is medium to full. I would say medium. And the room note is pleasant. Okay. I've come to terms with the room note. Pleasant to who? Pleasant to me, of course. Of course. And I'm building a smoking room, which I'll probably be doing some videos from the smoking room. And some of my friends smoke cigarettes, and they smoke in there, and they just ruin it. It just ruins it. Cigarettes there, blah. Anyways. But when I walk in, because of the great ventilation I have, I don't smell anything at all. So sometimes I turn off my ventilation to just waft in that smell. I understand now the room note. It's pleasant. My second one, which was a surprise to me because of the title and of the warnings that I've gotten from people, Russ, included Russ Willett, and a lot of tobacco literature, right? And this one here is Warhorse Green. Surprise! I mean, after this show right now, I'm going to go have some Warhorse Green. That's right. I was surprised because it has this has a topping, and it reminds me of, I don't know, furniture, of the material in the furniture. Like it's flowery. It's a robust tobacco. It's not a beginner's tobacco because it would knock you on your butt. But it's full flavored. There's earthiness to it. There's an old book flavor to it. There's a puer tea, a puer, P-U-E-R, an old musty tea in a pleasant way. These are all pleasant stuff. I was pleasantly surprised, and I mean, I bought the red one, and for now, my taste buds go towards the green one because it's, when people have said, "Oh my God, you got to sit down, this and this and that's," I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna eat," so whatever beforehand, and I expected to have a full flavored smoke, and I was not disappointed. Warhorse Green for me was one that stands out in the 2020 22s. Now, the stats for this is the brand is Warhorse, blended by Russ Willett. Who knew? Manufactured by the Sutliff Tobacco Company. It's a Virginia Burley. The contents are Burley, Kentucky, Virginia. There's the anisette. There you go. It's anisette is like a not black licorice, but anise. A little bit black licorice. It's a crumble cake. It comes in a 50-gram tin, and it's made in the U.S. How can it be made? Yes, I guess it's made in the U.S., and it's available, that is. Warhorse Green. Very happy with it. The strength is strong. Not too strong. The flavor is strong. It says here medium to strong. I'm going to say strong. The taste is full, absolutely. And the room note is pleasant. I don't know. I'm going to check it out. Like I said, I'm building my smoke room, and I'm going to be discovering this new palette called Room Note. The next one, which took me by surprise, I find it a little pricey. And also, it's a flake, but it also comes rubbed out in a pouch, which is about $7 cheaper. And I don't know if there is a huge difference, but nevertheless, this is the St. Bruno flake. Now, this is Virginia's, and I'm sure there are some Africans, Virginias in here. And I would say if anybody wants to get into Sam Gawith tobaccos, okay, because Sam Gawith is one of my preferred houses, tobacco houses, but I would say Sam Gawith, you have to tread lightly when you go into Sam Gawith, because sometimes you don't know what you're going to be doing, and you're going to buy the brown Kendall twist, and you're going to pack your pipe, and you're going to smoke that, and you're going to puke, because it's like super strong tobacco, right? And this is obviously for beginners that I'm saying you're going to puke. Seasoned smokers could take this, no problem. I was surprised with St. Bruno's. This is made by right now, or distributed by McBaron. It's a United Kingdom tobacco and England tobacco. I would say before you venture into Sam Gawith, I would try a St. Bruno's. Why? Because it has a little bit of that Lakeland je ne sais quoi. Maybe it's geranium. I don't know. Off the top of my head, I don't know. But it's there, you know? And if you're not used to Lakeland and you smoke some Lakeland tobaccos, like the pure Lakeland from Sam Gawith, you're going to think your grandmother's house is in your mouth. You know, mothballs and soap and perfume, and you're just going to be like, God help us, what's this, right? It's like that gum we used to eat called Jiffy that tasted like soap. Who wants to eat soap? People used to buy the gum. I used to buy it. Why? I wanted the soap feeling in my mouth. Or the soap taste. I don't know why. But St. Bruno's Flake is a wonderful discovery of 2023. The brand is McBaron, manufactured by McBaron. It's called an aromatic. Therefore, as I said, that Lakeland thingy. It's Kentucky and Virginia. It is a nice, round tobacco. Not too many base notes. Floral essence, fruit/citrus. I agree. It's a flake. It comes in a 50-gram tin or pouch. It's made in, see, I thought it was made in England. In the DK there. Not Denmark, for God's sakes. It's currently available. As I said, it's a little pricey. Give it a shot. Buy a tin. I would say buy 2 tins, because if you do like this tin, one of those tins, and if you do like it, that means you're going to keep buying it. Keep that tin, that second tin you bought, age it. I'm telling you, it'll be very nice, it being predominantly Virginia. And the strength is medium to strong. I would say medium. Medium. Flavoring is mild. Taste is medium to full. I would say medium. The room note, yet to be discovered by me. As my wife would say, the room note is shite. But that's my wife. She doesn't smoke. You know what I'm saying? The fourth one, and it's a company I haven't delved in very much, is Astley's. Now, Dark Virginia Flake number 44. I was taken aback. This is a rich tobacco, lots of medium notes, some highs, and we're touching on the bass notes, but it's a nice bass note. And I would say it's a more of a baritone. More of a baritone if you're going in there. Not basses, like in terms of sound. And I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed this Dark Virginia Flake. It's in my rotation all the time, and I've bought quite a few tins. I've stored them away, and for some reason I keep buying them and storing them away. Like I'm crazy. One day I'll have to do a cellar tour and show you people what I'm talking about. I mean, I've got tobaccos now. Like I'm crazy, man. Once I get into something, I get into it. This is earthy. It's plummy. It's got citrus, woodsy. This is a great evening tobacco. You know, but I'm talking about as the sun is going down and just like the sun's not in your eyes, that's the type of tobacco this is. I would have a nice port with this tobacco. Not a heavily cooked port, because port is vino cotto. I wouldn't have a white port. I'd have a red port, and I would just sip it slowly. Have a nice Astley's. What an evening I'm creating here for myself. But it's like -5 outside. It's basically freezer temperature almost, and I mean that's okay for us. That's not that cold. I live in Montreal, or I live in Quebec, I should say. Quebec, Canada, and we only have about 3 months of that kind of weather. But anyways, what would I eat with this? Nothing. Don't eat nothing. Enjoy it as is. The brand is Astley's, manufactured by Kohlhaas & Kopp. The blend type is a straight Virginia. The content's Virginia. If it's straight Virginia, that's what you're going to get. No flavoring. It's a flake, as I said. Some of my favorite cuts. Packaging 50-gram tin, made in DE. DK was what before? DE is Denmark. DK is... God, I'm confused. I'm sorry if I led you astray in the country. But nevertheless, DE. I think it's a great tobacco. The strength is medium. Yep. The flavoring is undetected. The taste is medium. Yep. And the room note, well, it says here, pleasant to tolerable. You know what? I think all tobaccos are pleasant, except cigarette tobaccos. They stink. Cigarettes stink, unless you're smoking a Gitan or you're smoking a Gauloise. You know what I'm saying? And the surprise for me, was, and this is my 5th one, the House of Robert McConnell. Who knew? Who knew? And the one that took me aback was the Red Virginia. I was so happy that I was smoking this tobacco. You know, I kind of want to smoke a Red Virginia instead of a Warhorse, but nevertheless. The Red Virginia, it's citrusy, it's bright, it's medium dark, it's got that perfect roundness, this Red Virginia Robert McConnell, that I'm satisfied with. I light a bowl, I'm satisfied. Medium bowl, obviously. Actually, all these tobaccos are medium bowls. Because I didn't say anything for the St. Brunos or the Astleys. Neither the Warhorse. Medium bowl. Don't smoke a Warhorse in a big bowl. You'll be all horse. See, that's why I like to look at my videos, because I say stupid stuff like this and I laugh and I roll my eyes. Robert McConnell, the original Red Virginia. I wasn't just impressed with the Red Virginia. I was impressed with other Rob McConnell tobaccos, which for some reason I can't remember right now, but that's what it is. I want to keep this short. I'm already at 20 minutes, for God's sake. So, Rob McConnell, the original Red Virginia. And Russ Ouellette showed me a tobacco while we were shooting a video. This was behind the scenes, obviously, because I didn't have it on video. He had Rob McConnell's Red Virginia wrapped in rose petals. He hasn't opened it yet. He says he's going to open it one day when it puts on a suit and goes to a fancy to-do so he can feel important. That's what he said. You know, I think the guy's important. I think the guy's a great guy. But anyways, the house, Robert McConnell. I would suggest you would try different tobaccos of the McConnell house, and I was impressed by all of them. The first one for me that came to my mind was the Red Virginia. What we have, it's the brand is Robert McConnell, blended by Kohlhaas Kopp und Company now, KG. Manufactured by Kohlhaas Kopp, it's a Virginia Perique. The contents are Perique Virginia, flavoring cocoa chocolate. Not too much. Not too much. It's ready rubbed. Comes in a 50-gram tin, and the country is Denmark. And the strength is mild to medium. Yep. Flavoring is mild. Yep. Taste is medium. Yes. And the room note is pleasant. Well, ask my wife. She'll tell you what the room note is. So with that said, Happy New Year. Those were my 5 that I can think of discoveries of 2022. And there were much more. I might make another video of another 5 discoveries of 2022. But we'll see what the comments say. If you guys want another video, by all means, twist my arm. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.